Okay, so now that you've designed your header for your website, you're ready for the next stage of development in Fireworks, which means developing a whole website. And this is going to be your next assignment. This one's going to take you a little bit of time, but you're going to be creating a 5-page layout in Fireworks of a website design. I have is an extension of the design I'm working on. It's the it's the homepage of the Fashion and Lifestyle Check magazine website I'm working on right now. And you can see that I have my header up here with my navigation, and I have some additional content here. So I want to talk to you about a homepage of a website, because a homepage is the most important page a website can have. Because as you guys search through websites, you probably realize that you don't always stay on a website because it looks boring, or it's not exciting, or it doesn't have the information you're looking for. What's important here is to design a website that has a homepage that's inviting, exciting, and it wants someone to linger longer. So that's what we're going for with our website design. So here I have my header design I've created. I have an image here with some additional text here with some cool little graphics that are added. I also have it broken up into 3 sections down here. I have the next, data addict, and you and only better, with 3 images that correspond with the text, and again some body text here, which is designed in Lorem Ipsum. Now the important thing here is to continue organizing your website in folders. So I have my banner here. Oh, I didn't do a banner. Let me get rid of that. I have my top navigation here with all my images. This was the first assignment you did. I have my main content right here where I can turn content off and on. Again, layering is very important, and labeling things is important as well. I have my columns that are these 3 columns here. Now this brings up an important feature when you're designing websites. Websites are designed in rectangles and squares, essentially. Everything you see is boxed into a box. And that's how websites are designed to be. They can't be designed into circles. You can make things look like they have circles, but it's really just rectangles and squares. And those rectangles and squares are broken into rows and columns. So you can visually see that here with this design. With my header design right here, I have what's referred to as a row and 1 column. Here I have a row and maybe 2 columns because I have an image, but I have this text here. Down here I have a row and 3 columns. There's a row and then 1, 2, 3 columns. But we'll just go ahead and call this middle one 1 row and 1 column. So 1 row, 1 column, 1 row, 1 column. Down here, 1 row, 1, 2, 3 columns. What this does is it gives your website rhythm and interest by doing these things as you read down the page, because we all read the top to bottom. It makes it more interesting opposed to having a header, an image, and one big block of body copy underneath. That would look awfully boring. By doing this, it gives it rhythm and variety and makes it more interesting. So that's the first thing you want to focus on with your website design. Again, come up with the logo, the header you created. I want you to stick with that and create 5 pages based off that. Now the next thing you need to do is, once you created your home page, you don't have to recreate everything over and over again. We have this thing over here in our layer, by our layers. Let me drag my layers back up here into this tab. Get it right there. Okay, called pages. So here I have page 1. That means this design right here is right here, and these are the layers that associate with this design. If I come over here to my Pages tab and click this drop down menu, I have an option to duplicate the page. So if I select duplicate page, what's going to happen is it's going to copy the content from this original design and place it here. And these layers now, with this page selected, can be edited and not affect my original home page I created. So if I were to grab this image and drag it up here like this, and come back to my pages, and then select on my original home page again, O1, page 1, you'll see the design is exactly the same, even though I drag the image up, because that's referenced to this page I just duplicated, with these layers that are associated with it. Again, if I come back to page 1 and select on the layers here, I can make adjustments here if I want to. So this is what you'll do. You'll create your home page, you'll come over to the Pages tab, select drop down, duplicate page. And when you duplicate the page, you'll have this design. Now I'm going to hit Command Z, move this image back to where it was. So let's say I created my duplicate page right here. I'm going to put it back in here, this image where it was. And what I want to do now is I want to make this second page look different than the first page. It doesn't have to look totally different. What needs to be consistent here is the header design with the navigation. And then layout and structure should also be considered in consistency. So maybe I'll come here and I'm going to delete this image and this text right here. I don't need that. And maybe I'll bring up this information here. And then maybe I'm going to add some body text underneath, or maybe there's going to be another big image right here that I'm going to place in. I can go grab an image right now. I have an image that I've been working with, so I'm going to come here to File, Import, and I'm going to import an image in I've been working with. I'm going to come down here to my desktop stuff, Idaho, and I have this image called utah.png. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. And when I hit import, see what happens with my icon? It gives me this little right angle here. It wants to know where I want to place this image. So I'm going to select, place the image, and here it is. I have an image here I want to work with. Maybe I want to put some text next to it here. So I'm going to select, draw some text here, come up here to Commands, Text, Lorem Ipsum, filled in. Oops, it got placed up here for me. I drag it over. And I need to resize this text. And maybe the color is going to be black. And the size is going to be a little bit bigger for me. Not that large. Maybe like 14. There we go. So maybe I have some text next to this image like so. And maybe there's going to be another header text. So I'm going to Apple C, Apple V this, copy this text here, and place it right here. And call this Utah. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just making adjustments to my design. What you're going to be doing specifically is you're going to be making pages that represent your content. So whereas my home page right here represented the whole of my website design, you want your additional pages to represent the content you're going to be talking about. So if your website was about you, maybe you have a link called Hobbies. Maybe you were to click here and there'd be a hobby about you driving cars, a hobby about you going to sporting events, or whatever it might be. This one right here is about Utah, where I like to go and go hike. So it could be different things depending on how you want to work. But the design needs to vary from page to page. So now if I were to go back to my home page, here's my home page design. And then if I go to my second page, here's my second page design. Again, it's varied, but the things that are consistent are the header, the navigation, and the style of typography, imagery used, and text. That's the most important thing. So what you're going to be doing now is creating a 5-page website based off the tools you've used, and make the pages related to the content you created for your navigation. So again, right here I have a features, I have a fashion, I have a calendar, I have a video, and I have a blog. So if I were to click on any of those, there would be a blog section or a video section where video could be playing. And that's what this could be right here. If I wanted to, I could delete all this content here because this was on my home page. If I'm designing, I wouldn't bring that content over. And I would bring this up. So maybe I have a little video player right here with some information about the video, and here's the video ready to be played. And this would be my video section. And maybe I have a couple videos that I want to show. So I'm going to Apple C, Apple V, and then again just use my arrow tools and move it down. So I have one video, 2 videos, and 3 videos. And one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the spacing between these videos is the same all the way through. That is very, very important. So here you go. Here's some variations based on the website design, based on the content of what your pages are going to be. The other thing that you should do is, like we're working with our layers and labeling our layers, you can come to Pages and you can double click here, and I can call this Home for Home Page, and Page 2 I can call this Video for Video Page. Once I have my video page put together, I can come back to Home Page, click Drop Down, Duplicate Page. I now have a third page. This one could be fashion, since I have a fashion section. And then I can start designing my fashion page without having to do so much editing. The design's already there. I want it to be consistent. Just duplicate and start making adjustments and adding new images and content to your design. So what you need to do for your next assignment is make a 5-page website based off the content in your header design. So be creative, make a home page and 4 additional pages, and save that as a PNG file.